Welcome to this section on CI/CD, which stands for Continuous Integration and Continuous Deployment. So what is CI/CD? Fundamentally, it's about automating the stages of development and deployment. And this diagram shows you an overview of these stages, where build refers to preparing everything you need to run your code. So in the case of Python, that's installing dependencies in your requirements.txt file, and making sure that the operating system that's going to run your code is set up, or the virtual machine or container is built and ready to go. It's about automatically testing your code, that's the test phase, and then as soon as you merge in a feature branch, automatically releasing that code either to production or a testing environment where it can undergo QA or further tests. Or in the case of deploying automatically to production, then immediately be monitored and used by real users. Automating all these steps ensures that there's no need for a person to ever run a script or SSH into a machine, and that adds a huge amount of value. So why does automating these steps matter? Firstly, it means that the system is always in a releasable state, and that gives us a lot of peace of mind and allows us to react to issues quickly. Having more regular and faster release cycles means that in a lot of cases code is being put out into production every day, or at least on a regular basis, and many small changes mean that the chances of breaking something, of doing something that interferes with another system, is reduced. Before CI/CD became a popular methodology, you would have companies that would only release to production every few months, or in some cases once a year, and when that time came, there was just an enormous backlog of changes and updates to different applications, and trying to get all that to work in production was very challenging. In the context of machine learning systems, then having our building, i.e. training as well, and testing the models all automated reduces the chances of human error, and having our model publishing and deployment also automated in the CI/CD pipeline means that there's reduced chance of making mistakes, because again, anytime there's a manual script to be run, SSHing into the wrong machine, these are all ways that things can go wrong. And finally, when you use a well-configured pipeline, that keeps a log of which version of which applications were released, and that's a valuable audit record. Here's a modified diagram of our system architecture from section 3, and the green pipeline shows the steps which we will now be automating via CI/CD. In this course we're going to be working with a managed CI/CD platform called CircleCI, and we've chosen CircleCI because they're a hosted platform, which means that we don't have to install and operate the pipeline on our own infrastructure. We can rely on their service, which is easier for learning, and they offer a free tier so that we can practice without having to pay. And CircleCI is used by many top companies, and I'll link to a few of those companies that are using it in the lecture notes. There are plenty of alternatives to CircleCI, and a few of the alternatives are listed here. We're not saying that any one is particularly the best. The key thing to take away is that you should be using a CI/CD system. Alright, in the next lecture we'll look at getting set up on CircleCI.